Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hey, hello everyone. This is Gary Morgan with the Michigan Runner. Well, I'm here in Portland at the World Indoor Championship. Well, they have a big venue set up here at Pioneer Square. A band is playing. We just had the opening press conference with all the leaders of it, with Vin Lanana and Max Siegel, USATF CEO, Ashton Eaton, and a few other athletes. But we're right here in Pioneer Square to celebrate this event for the weekend. Medal winners will be coming over here. As you can see, it's all decked out with Portland 2016. And we'll show you a few things around this city that's all going on here with the World Indoor Championships here in Portland, Oregon.
Began their Olympic year here in Portland, Oregon. We trust that you guys will find that the fans will cheer for every performance regardless of whose national team uniform the athletes will be wearing. Here in Portland this weekend, we will celebrate sport. We will celebrate the best athletes that the world has to offer. And we are pleased that President Coe, the IAAF, and most of all, the athletes from around the world are here to join us for this event. We're all working hard to provide a weekend that displays what true competition is all about. We welcome you and we hope you enjoy the competition this weekend. Thank you.
In the place that I was born. And it's funny, we were talking about track a while ago, and I love the sport because you get to travel the world and experience different countries. I get to interact with my fellow competitors from different countries and just be more of a global enterprise rather than just United States, this and that, and separate. But it's kind of, you have a lot of pride when you bring somebody to your home. And I think that's what I'm doing here, and I want to show the city of Portland, where I was born, kind of what they were able to produce, you know, in the state of Oregon, and show everybody else who's a visitor that this is it's a cool place.
You tuned up for the, yeah, exactly, very much a cool place, no, not at this moment. You very much tuned up for these championships at the US Nationals, but you tweeted it was a below par performance. Any particular reason for that?
Well, I hold myself to high standards. Every time I go into competition, the general idea I have is I'm going to try to PB. I don't see any reason to not do anything else. And I didn't, and I thought, well, if I don't PB, maybe I'll have some good performances, and I also thought I didn't. So sometimes you need that, though. I mean, after the championships last weekend, I got really fired up. I said, Ashton, you basically get your head out, fix it, and let's get ready for these Portland World Indoors.
Very appropriately said, and this wasn't staged, but what went around the world were pictures of you with a big bandage on the top of your head from being landed with a pole vault bar. Are you okay? And I should ask for Brianne here. What did she
Every
feel
morning
about
she was
that?
like, let me see it, let me see it. Essentially, a pole vault crossbar fell on my head. And the worst part of the story is, I was telling everybody nearby, the long jumpers, we were right next to the pole vault mat. I was like, you guys, you need to watch out. These bars are kind of falling a little bit, you know, keep your head on a swivel. And who's the guy that gets hit? Me. After I came out with the bandage on my head, they said, what happened? I said, a pole vault bar fell on my head. And they just kind of looked, weren't you the guy that... It's like, yeah, that's... I mean, I know I'm not smart, but at least I saved you, right?
Brianne, we've got this wonderful city known for its local beers. Do you have any other suspicions of why he got this this bandage on his head? Why he got the bandage on his head? Because to be honest, it was...
I don't know. I didn't even see it happen. When I found out about it, it was our physio running over and saying, Ashton's getting staples in his head. Do you think that's a good idea? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, oh, you didn't see it? So my first concern was that he was going to look like Frankenstein. So I was like down there making sure there were no staples going in his head. That was what the bandage was for, and then it got stitched up after.
Now, you're one of Canada's finest athletes, but very much now, I would have said, a local town girl here. Is this like playing to your own home crowd?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've lived in Oregon now for almost 9 years, so being able to drive up the road, it almost feels like surreal that this is happening in our backyard, because we never get that. We always have to go to Europe or somewhere else, so this is really exciting. And being from Canada, a lot of my family is coming, so I don't know, it's just really exciting for us to, like Ashton said, be able to show all of our competitors and our friends that we've made in the sport kind of where we train and where we're from.
Now, you were a silver medalist last time. You've also got outdoor silver medals from the last 2 outdoor world championships. What's for you? It's the obvious question. What's going to take you to the gold standard?
You know, I learned quite a big lesson last year at the Outdoor World Championships, and we've been working quite a bit on just mentally being more prepared for these kinds of things. I had never gone in as the favorite, so I do feel very confident in that aspect of my training and kind of what we've learned to help deal with things. So this weekend, I do feel fit, I do feel ready, but I'm really excited to just put that side of the competition to the test for me and practice what we've been practicing.
Now, question for both Max and Vin here. Over 140 countries, as Seb said. It must be a remarkable achievement, a great proud moment for you to see such a gathering. Max, please.
It's very exciting. Vin and I talk about the seamless partnership that we have between Tracktown USA and USA Track and Field, and it's just amazing to see what the local organizing committee has done. They've worked diligently and hard. We want this to be an event that we can celebrate not only the performances, but people can enjoy the city. And really want to say thank you to Vin and his team for all the work that they've put into making this a successful weekend.
Vin, over to you as well. And what do you think about the atmosphere when these two, husband and wife, hit the stage in the convention center? It's going to be electric, isn't it?
Well, I throw that out to the audience. I anticipate that just like anywhere where we have a track meet in the state of Oregon, it will be well received. So it's a double-edged sword. You know, they know when you have a great performance, which I expect both. People wonder about when they don't have a great performance, but I can tell you this, it'll be 100% effort, it'll be authentically Oregon, and it will set the example for what athletics ought to be like. So I couldn't be prouder than to have these guys here.
It looks like on stage area here we're splitting the track people from the field events, but before I move over to
it gives us a fantastic opportunity to innovate, to do things and road test things indoors that you might not be able to do straight away outdoors, the way we're going to be introducing the athletes, the way we are going to be doing different things in the pole vault tonight. That's a great opportunity. But actually, in terms of the learning curve for athletes, indoors is a really good experience, because you have to think faster on your feet sometimes. You've got to be strategically quicker in your head. It provides all sorts of physical and mental tests that actually outdoor running doesn't do, but it does give you a really good feel for where you are athletically at this stage of the season. And I think that we've got to make much more of indoors, both domestically and internationally.
Now, one man who's been very good indoors, and I'm looking straight across, eyeing the man there, whose birthday is the 5th of April. Sorry, going back to the age. I'm a lot older than you, so I can stand here and say that. You're a young boy. You're nearly 40 years of age, making you very much the oldest male competitor in these championships ever, but you're getting faster and faster. We go back 13 years ago until where you were silver medalist. 2003, you were the outdoor world champion 100 meters. What's the magic for you about why you want to continue to train, why you want to compete?
Wow. Well, the beauty of doing track and field for so long is that the body remembers. So once I get fit, I have no problem. The body will be able to race, because we've been doing it for so many years. And I always tell the young folks, they try to go in reverse, where they try to get fast before they get fit. Once you get fit first, it's easy for your body to last as long as I have in the sport. So I try to take care of my body to make sure it can perform.
You talk about fitness there. Now, you won in Berlin this season, you won in Stockholm, but then you had your own injury problems in Glasgow. Are you at top of your tree now to compete here?
Yes, they say confession is good for the soul. I didn't listen to my coach, so that's where I went wrong on those 2 races. So I know now I have to listen to my coach. So the body is well, just some cramps I suffered in Glasgow, so I got that out of the way, so I'm ready for tomorrow night.
Fantastic. Okay, time to open it to the floor here.
Supportive of the sport. If you look at a lot of the European cross-country races, very, very well supported. So the sport is strong, but we are in a process of change, and we have to make those changes. We have to make, and my responsibility is in 2 key areas really, but it coalesces around the word trust. We've got to make sure that people really trust the federation, and also that the clean athletes trust the systems that they're in wherever they reside, to make sure that we create opportunities for them that are fair and protective. And that is the simple responsibility that I have, the whole of my council has, and there's a real appetite. I think there's a real appetite in the sport for change and for grasping this situation. But it is, yeah, these have been challenging days, but the sport is still a strong sport. We have other things that we need to deal with, and that's clear.
Not an Olympic champion this time, but we have another question from the crowd here. Lara?
Hi, my name is Sherry Miller, and I'm from Lewistown, Pennsylvania. This question's for Ashton. How do you prepare for what's your warm-up routine for your events, and how you have to participate in so many?
That's a good question. At championships, it's really interesting. First of all, like the physical part of warm-up, it's not that complicated. I do drills since I've done the same drills I've done since I was in high school, really. It's just about repetition and rote type warming up. But where and how you warm up is interesting. Sometimes around here you'll see athletes running around the city early in the morning. We'll be one of them tomorrow morning. You guys want to come out and give us some coffee or whatnot? We like to do our drills just kind of in the hotel hallways sometimes, or out and about on the street. And so these championships provide an interesting environment, because as an athlete sometimes you have to make adjustments just depending on the schedule, the bus schedule. Some athletes will do it at the track, some athletes will do it out here. So that's interesting, but I mean it generally takes, in a technical sense, like 30-45 minutes.
Now, I think that's an appropriate moment, as we've talked about this being athlete-centric and very much in the centre of Portland as well, to have the last question here, the formal part of the press conference from the crowd. So, firstly, can we thank all our guests? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending here. Good luck on the track this week. We move the chairs back, and then we do one more group photograph, and then we can let the athletes leave us. And as I said, Seb, Vin, and Max will then go into the mix zone.